I'm 30 now. And yesterday was my birthday party. My birthday. I had a pretty crazy birthday party in the sense that it's probably the biggest birthday party I've ever had. Cutie had been working on this birthday party for a while. It was like a death of the 20s, a funeral themed birthday party where everybody wore all black attire, and some of my friends even gave eulogies to me as if I were not alive. Plus, we had the famous DJ Drizz who performed. It was an interesting occasion. Now, first off, I want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend Cutie because big shout out to my close friend Cutie because she went crazy, bro. Like, the venue was beautiful and she worked so hard on a gorgeous cake. The actual venue, it's the oldest bar in Hollywood. It's called the Burgundy Room. The Burgundy Room, established in 1919. That's where we had the party at. Older than you? Yes, 1919 is older than me. Thank you for the question. Everybody who came got me a birthday present. Cutie had this idea where I'd get 100 birthday presents and then do a stream opening up 100 birthday presents from 100 different streamers. So we're going to do that. I feel a little cross about it, to be honest, because I feel like I'm going to fucking come on this stream like Dudley from Harry Potter, like a fucking asshole opening up like awesome, cool presents. So it's very sweet. I'm such a horrible gift receiver. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that. This is a lifelong struggle of mine. I'm a horrible gift receiver. I can't handle it. I don't have the emotional depth. Yeah, the actual birthday was great. Was great. We get to the venue. We're the first ones there. It's just me, my mom, my sister, and Cutie. And my mom, if you guys don't know, my mom's in town. Before the event started, she tried to flake. All right, God bless my mother. Love her deeply. She tried to flake. She was sitting on the couch. She was going, I don't know if I should go to this party. I was like, what? She's like, it's not my scene. There's nobody my age there. I feel like I should just stay here and we can just do something tomorrow. And I was like, Mom, okay, come through. If you're not having fun, you can just leave. So she's like, all right, fine. So she got all ready. We all went together and I drove. Because Cutie had to carry the cake. And Cutie was like, hey, I'm going to drive back. Don't worry. You have fun. Go. It's your 30th birthday. Go crazy. Go party. Start drinking. All that. Whatever. But what I didn't tell her, and I actually didn't tell anyone this, I was planning on not drinking at all. I didn't want to make like a big deal out of it, but I just wasn't planning on drinking. I've been rocking a pseudo dry July. Pseudo, I'll explain in a bit. But it ended up coming in clutch that I didn't drink later on. Why do you say pseudo sober? Okay, well, I get to the party, and one of the first people to arrive is Tens. And Tens is like, come with me to the street. And you know, when Big T tells you go to the street, you go to the street. So we start walking outside. And as we're walking, he tells me, yeah, security made me leave this at the front because you're not allowed to bring it inside. But I have some street soju. And I'm like, what is street soju? And he's like, it's a flavor of soju you've never had before. And I'm like, I knew that. You did not have to tell me that. I could have told you I've never had street soju. The security doesn't allow you to bring your own alcohol inside. So he stashed it like on a wall behind this fence. And it's a lemon flavored soju bottle, which to his defense, I've never seen before. And so I had like, I think 2 drinks the entire night. One of them is me having a sip of Tenz's street soju. And I will say that shit should be illegal. It tasted like lemonade. And I know it tastes like lemonade because I said to him, I said, Big T, this tastes amazing. And you know what he said to me? He goes, I know, I've had 4. And I'm like, what do you mean? You've been here 5 minutes. And he goes, where do you think I came from? And I went, son of a bitch.
What are you doing?
He was smuggling something.
Tell the camera the truth.
Tyson is sneaking in alcohol to the party because he's saying that your guys' drinks here are not good enough.
Why are you
I'm kidding.
He's got a week, so
That's not true.
He
I
said,
had my own special brew at the front.
so he hid it. You had to hide it outside.
Yeah.
He brings it everywhere he goes, though. It's not your party.
We're drinking Ludwig's gift.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. No. Do it. Do it.
I made sure Lud get his drink first.
We're going to make sure Ludwig has some of it and we'll let you know.
Okay.
So I go back inside, and more people start to arrive. You know, we have Lily, Michael, and then I look over to the bar and I see Cutie, and she's there with Big T and Jason the Ween, and they're talking, and I can slightly hear some pieces of the conversation. They're talking about the in-laws. They keep saying they're all the in-laws, and then Tens calls for an in-law shot. And within seconds, I felt reaffirmed of my decision to not drink because I watch my DD go off the deep end. Because they poured a shot of Hennessy as a triple. This bar was an open bar. All right, it was supposed to be all covered. There was like a tab that we had to fill. And these bartenders wanted to hit that. So I saw that happening. I realized how the night was going to go. And I decided to go see my DJ. We hired Driz, if you guys don't know, Shake Drizzle, as the DJ for my party. Now Driz, he wasn't even there at this point. In fact, he hadn't even updated where he was. He's the DJ at the party. There's no DJ. We're just rocking like a YouTube auto playlist track. And I text him, I go, where are you? He's like, in the Uber, there in 20 minutes. I'm like, 20 minutes? The party started 30 minutes ago. What do you mean I'm there in 20 minutes?
Shake Drizzle is our DJ, and he's late. I would like that to be known. Shake Drizzle is late.
I want to walk up and be mad to him, but whenever he's in his DJ alter ego, he becomes a diva. So I walk up to him, and I'm ready to fucking give him a shellacking. And he goes, rum and coke, some tacos too, if you're not busy. I'm like, okay. And at that point, I had signed up on my damn birthday to be Shake's drink runner. I had to get that boy like 3 rum and cokes, 3 different tacos, 2 waters, a fucking back massage. Then we got DJ Driz on the beat. And he was requested to do emo music, which, to be honest, I thought he was killing it, right? I'm listening to all the emo tunes, but I do notice not that many people are dancing. We'll get back to that in a little moment. But first, it's time for the eulogies. 4 people were asked to make a eulogy. Excuse me, 5. Connor, Lily Pichu, Slime, Nick, and Aiden. Basically, they all would get up to the mic. They would say some words to me. Really, they would say some words about me as if I was dead, and then it'd move on to the next person. So Cutie takes the mic. She says, hey, everyone, quiet down. It's time for the eulogies. And up first is Connor, right? Sea-Dog. And everyone quiets down, with the exception of Tens, who is loudly telling people right by the bar about an awesome new flavor of soju he has just discovered. He proceeds to engage in this conversation throughout all 5 eulogies in a way that is unavoidably loud enough for every participant in the room to listen to. But that boy's won 2 masters, so we give him the pass. Anyway, Connor goes up, grabs the mic, and Connor forgot he was supposed to do this. Cutie told him like a week ago that he had to write a eulogy. He totally forgot. He's been busy with AX, whatever. She reminded him a couple hours before. He has asked ChatGPT to write this eulogy for him. He hops up on the microphone, and I thought it would be bad. The actuality is it was worse than I thought it could be. Because the first thing he says is he lifts up his drink, and he goes, Ludwig enabling me again. I'm like, Connor, what are we doing?
So the first time I met Ludwig, I thought he was an insufferable American. Then I was able to confirm that he is an insufferable American. I'm so sorry. You're probably wondering why I ended up befriending Ludwig. Well, it's because I'm an alcoholic and he enabled me.
Oh, cut that. Don't include that. Don't include that.
He was always willing to hand me a drink, and I respect that about him.
And I want to yell at him, but there's not even a silence to speak through, because while he's doing that, you just hear Tens going like, bro, I'm on my 5th. You tell me what it tastes like. And I'm like, oh my God, it's nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
And a lot of you know that I'm in LA a lot. I'm here honestly too much, quite frankly. But none of that would have happened if it wasn't for Ludwig. At the end of the day, he made me always feel like I was welcome here and that I had family. And the fact that I'm so lucky to call so many of you my friends was thanks to Ludwig and the hospitality that he always showed to me when he was still here. God, I miss him.
Still here.
No, he's not. He's not here. That's a
Just
lie.
30.
He's not here. I miss him so much.
Anyway, he goes through some very sweet stories, and then the next person goes up for the eulogy, and it's Lily Pichu.
What are you doing? You writing your speech?
That's ChatGPT. No, I'll write it. I'm just gonna improv it.
Okay.
It's not even the paid version, it's the free version.
It's
in my head.
Now, if you don't know much about mine and Lily Pichu's relationship, it is not one of love. It's not rooted in mutual understanding, empathy. It is rooted in equal love that we both have for Michael Reeves. It is our true uniter. And I don't know if she's ever said a nice thing about me. And I thought the eulogy might change that until she started speaking.
I too thought Ludwig was an insufferable American.
If I was genuinely dead, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to make some shit up. She proceeds to spend about 4 minutes just kind of roasting me.
His haircuts are really bad. His League of Legends games are so hard to watch. But he thinks he's good, but he's not.
Emerald 2.
He crashes out to his stream, but like stays muted on Discord to his friends. Just a lot of annoying things there's just a lot of annoying things. I didn't write any good things, actually.
She keeps saying now that I'm 30, she actually views us as equals, which is making me realize our entire relationship, she's viewed me as less than equal.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for good things. He gave me $30,000.
I got you.
He's my boyfriend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I got nothing else, so happy birthday!
Yeah.
She wraps up the speech. We do not hug after her speech. Then Nick gets up. Nick proceeds to spend about 5 minutes in detail explaining the way that I died so that this funeral is now happening.
So if you have any sensitivities to topics about death, go ahead and leave because I'm gonna get into it. Motorboating a Nami animatronic at the One Piece installation in Universal Studios Japan. Death is mysterious, but it comes for us all. It pains me to say his death was horrific, honestly. Before diving mouth first into the bust of a highly engineered and accurately detailed One Piece robot, he gave us the final words, I quote, "I knew you were real. I always knew you, and those were real. I love you." We remember him full of hope and imagination. He was completely shredded, like a Mexican 4-cheese blend between perfectly crafted Japanese steel. Of all his many dreams and accomplishments, Ludwig only had one dying wish. He wanted to go by seppuku, the Japanese art of taking one's own life in a ceremony of honor. I like to think that this counts.
And I was watching all these eulogies right next to Leslie and Tina. And Leslie, the theater kid she is acting as if I'm actually dead, even though I'm right next to her. So she keeps responding to the people giving the eulogy as if I'm not there. She'll hear Nick's eulogy about me diving into Nami's breast from One Piece. It should be like, he always was so dumb. And then Tina was just offering backup. Yes, he was dumb. He would do something like that. We'll never be able to tell him he was dumb for that. No, we won't. And I'm sitting there like, guys, I'm here. And then Tina would be like, man, I just feel like there's something in the wind today. I keep hearing something. They do this for all 5 eulogies. So I basically just have to sit there fucking twiddling my thumbs because nobody is talking to me and tank all the eulogies that are being shared. And the next one was Slime, which kind of threw the crowd off a bit because he went into detail about how we met. And if you don't know, me and Slime met playing a Super Smash Brothers money match where I beat him. Our second time meeting, we played a game of Mafia and I showed him my asshole. He then proceeded to show me his big droopy balls.
When I first met Ludwig, we butted heads. He smoked me in a grudge match in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yes, sir! Nick Eamon was there. Months later, I saw him again, and as a prank, he showed me his spread open, hairless asshole. This is true.
I have no hair.
And I answered back with my weird, droopy nuts.
Your mom was there? Yes, she was. My mom was there. She stayed. She was there the entire time. Also listening to this. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Yep.
And now he's gone. Somewhere in another world, I can almost hear him now, trying to desperately FaceTime Jason to stay relevant through the Unk spirit realm.
He usually calls me.
And even though he's passed on to a place where his opinion and his ideas become less and less important to everyone around him, one day we'll be together again. Two old unks arguing about something random that means nothing, but at the same time, everything. Goodbye.
And then finally, Aiden went up. And if you guys don't know Aiden's a little softy. Aiden once did a yard episode by himself and managed to cry. So he gets up there, and I had intel from Zipper3, his girlfriend, that he was rigorously practicing his speech that day.
If you were here, you have probably heard us endlessly make fun of Ludwig. He was late, he sucked at communicating, he didn't open up enough, he dressed himself like a Kingdom Hearts character. He should have made more time for his friends. He was forgetful, chest hole, thick thighs, flip-floppy, broken brain, emotionless, fired from jobs. Honestly, we ripped really hard on Ludwig through his 20s. But I think under the weight of all these silly jabs and sometimes more genuine critiques was a young man pursuing his dream with relentless energy. He was balancing an insane ambition and a growing fame with a love for his family and a support for his friends and a new relationship. A young man threading a needle in life that was new and stretched him in endless directions. And that's Ludwig's 20s to me.
And he gives a very sweet speech. I won't try to paraphrase it too much because I'd butcher it. But he does end it by saying, I hope for the rest of my 20s to be a little bit more like Ludwig.
I will forever respect him, prioritize being a better friend when the world demanded so much of him every day. As my own 20s wrap up, and many of our friends have as well, I've been quietly excited for 30 to arrive. Because to me, it serves as a marker of becoming who you are, who you grow into, who your kids are going to get to know one day. And that's why I want to be a little more like Ludwig when I grow up.
If you're going to ask me, the last time I cried is that moment. Because I think that was a core tenet of my 20s. Is like, I have this level of success. What brings me more joy than getting more success or more money for my personal income is being able to share this with people I love, retiring my mother, supporting my sister, getting jobs for my friends, putting my friends in positions to succeed, stuff like that. But in my 30s, I realized I think that's not enough. I think it's good, mind you. Like, there's value. Money helps people find security. It helps people pursue things they want to pursue. But I've spent a lot of time working, and I realize I compensate by using resources I have, money, influence, to help people around me. But what's way more important than that stuff is using my time. And I think you guys probably understand that intrinsically if you think of your own friendships. What's probably a lot better than getting a really nice gift from a friend is like receiving a phone call when you need it. And I think I've made those conscious efforts a little bit, but it's just about, continuing to do that, fine-tuning it, and then also doing it in a way that's like sustainable with work. I think that's what I truly want. So you won't show up to the yard 20 minutes late anymore? Let's not get carried away. I'm still me. All right. I'm still going to be late to shit. And let me tell you, I think every eulogy mentioned that. It's just about reaffirming, what is important and putting energy and time into the important things. That's really it. But no, it was a good night. After the eulogies, DJ Driz got back on the tracks until Tarek drunkenly came up to me and started blasting Driz. He goes, "This is the worst DJ I've ever heard." And I go, "Dude, that's DJ Driz. He was free." And he's like, "You did not have to tell me he was free. I could tell." And he's like, "Bro, he's playing emo music." I have Tarek confront Shake about this directly. Tarek gets up there. Tarek, if you don't know, is actually a sweetheart. So the moment he gets up there, he starts going, "Dude, you're killing it, man. Maybe we could do like a little bit of hip hop or EDM." And Shake, unaware of the conversation that just happened, is like, "Yeah, dude, like whatever. I was just told to play emo, but I have a whole playlist." He's like, "It's totally up to you, bro." And then Driz switches to his usual playlist. The dance floor starts to get crazy. I think Lily Pichu hugged me for the first and last time ever. It was the nicest thing she's ever said and done. She hugged me and just said, "Happy birthday." There was no sarcasm after. There was no joke. She just said that and then walked away. I'm still baffled by it, to be honest. Actually, all the FaZe boys were quite sweet. Ron made me a cake. He came, he showed me the cake. He filmed me trying it, and we were doing like our content thing. And then after, I was like, "The cake's pretty good." And he's like, "You really think so?" I lied. It was fucking horrible. It was genuinely one of the worst cakes I've ever had in my life. But just seeing him, so different from the Ron you see on camera. He's just like, "You really think so?" I had a conversation at one point with Saikuno. Because again, everyone had to get me a gift. They didn't have to, but Cutie asked them to get me a gift, I should say. And Saikuno comes up to me and he gives me $100 in cash. And I'm like, "What's this?" He's like, "It's your birthday gift." I'm like, "That's crazy. Thank you for the $100. He's like, "I thought about getting you a gag gift. I have a bunch of diapers from when I would used to play with them with slime, but I figured you wouldn't need any of those." And I was like, "Bro, what is that?" Apparently he had a deep heart-to-heart with slime. They've chopped it up. Saikuno on the yard 2025. It is going to happen. Yeah, more valuable than the $100 was him saying that to me, because I'll probably think of him saying that until I die. Michael actually got a gift for Cutie. Cutie at this point, because she had taken her in-law shot, was drunk, and Tens was there as well. And we were thinking of going to like a KBBQ spot after. And Michael was there and he had come with a gift for Cutie, it was like a gift that he had gotten for her birthday, but never got to give her. And he shows up with a less lethal gun. Now, I've never heard of this. It's called less lethal, not non-lethal. And I don't know what that boy Tens was drinking, but the moment Cutie gets it, I'm holding on to it, right? I'm the sober one. I'm the one who's going to drive us. He goes, "Shoot me with that." I'm like, "Nope." He goes, "Trust me, shoot me with that. I tank it." And I have to go through. I go, "Brother, this is less lethal. It's not non-lethal. You think this is going to be a paintball gun, but this is going to hurt." He goes, "Then shoot my ass." I go, "What do you think your ass is?" He goes, "Fine, I'll shoot you after." And I go, "That's not the problem." And I'm like, "Okay, we're in a fucking loop. We're in a loop. I need to get out of this loop." So I say, "If you wake up in the morning and you want me to shoot you and you shoot me, I will do that." And we shook on that. Boys, I can tell you safely, I have not gotten a text from 10 since. But you know what? It also highlighted the main question that everybody asks you when you turn 30. Because when you turn 30, you get asked something that feels like a generic question that doesn't really have an answer. How does it feel to be 30? How does it feel to be in the next decade of your life? People ask me that all night. And the whole night, I'm like, I don't fucking know. I went to bed 29 years and 364 days old. I woke up 30. It's not a big shift that happened. It was just another morning. How did it feel waking up a day older today for you guys? But that's because I'm comparing 30 against 29 and 364 days. When I truly thought about what it is to be 30, it was me being sober at my own birthday, driving Tens to a Korean barbecue spot, trying to convince him that we shouldn't shoot each other with a less lethal gun. because one of us has to be that person. With that being said, Tens is engaged and you're not. Anyway, chat, thank you guys so much for watching today.